We've taken trace elements of a random exotic-sounding plant and combined it with some generic creamy goop to create Pro-Fecal B, a totally made-up name that makes things sound really scientific. Here are some computer graphics that falsely suggest it works on a cellular level, and an airbrush picture of a model who's probably had everything Botoxed anyway. With phrases like clinically proven and an arbitrary list of effects, you'd like to think this is worth the staggering amount of money we're charging for it. But it's not. Cosmetics companies, we make shit up.
Hello again, I'm Blunty. Now, just before the creepy horrors of Halloween this year, I attended a very special awards ceremony put on by consumer advocates Choice magazine to anti-celebrate the creepy horrors of the dodgiest of the dodgy consumer products of 2009. The Shonky Awards exist to name and shame the worst products of the year, be they dodgy designs, sneaky small print, or just plain old bullshit performance claims. And this year, the less than coveted Shonky Lemon Trophy was awarded to everything from a spectacularly sucky kitchen gadget to major airlines and their contemptibly crafty credit card charges.
But there are many things that still leave a sour taste in people's mouths and aren't strictly illegal, and that's where the Shonkys come in. Some of them belong to spivs and conmen, but too many are really born in corporate settings, where perhaps people are hypnotised by this question: what can we get away with today?
Among the winning losers this year on the chopping block of consumer goods shame was the mystery of the shrinking breakfast cereal, with Uncle Toby's Honey Oats Crisp, who tried to get away with the old shrink the pack and hope nobody notices trick. With the new pack the same height and width of the old one, it looks the same on the shelf, but it's shallower and it contains 14% less product. And while the price shrunk a bit, about 6%, when you do the math on the price per serve, the price has actually jumped 10%. Also awarded was the nightmare of those long-distance calling cards and the sheer number of outrageous and sneaky charges hidden in the fine print. The company Tel Pacific, who have 80 different cards on the Aussie market to make comparison shopping a nightmare and bamboozle unwary customers, topped the list of dodgy dealers with a nasty mix of connection fees, disconnection fees, daily service fees from when the card is activated, even if you never use the card, per minute surcharges for using 1300 and 1800 numbers, fee rounding, and block rate charges of 10 minutes or more. That means if you make a call 30 seconds, you get charged for 10 minutes.
With fears about the effects of climate change on the rise, we all want to do our bit to save the planet. Well, now you can pretend to do just that with the micro plug from Regen International. For possible results, simply attach your refrigerator or air conditioner to the micro plug and then dial it up to a warmer setting. Your food or apartment may not be as cool as they were before, but think of the energy you might be saving. The Regen micro plug, as recommended by the Rich Fried Chicken Restaurant, South Korea. Let's just hope they're not using them on their fridges.
Then there was the award for the revelation that Aldi's Chef's Cupboard and Marcel are selling so-called gourmet liquid stocks, which are actually nothing more than reconstituted powder or liquid concentrate. So it's no different than if you took a regular old stock cube and added the water yourself. That's right folks, these guys are actually bold enough to charge people an extra $2.50 for the wonderful convenience of pre-added water. On the kitchen side again, my personal favourite ultimate fail of the evening was the Tiffany FP807 food processor, and while yes it was the cheapest one Choice tested this year, its spectacular level of shonkiness was just right off the fail scale. When offered some regular old cheese to grate, it was not the golden goodness of the dairy product that was crumbled, but the device itself, which almost instantaneously started disintegrating. And to be sure it wasn't a one-off, they tested more than one. And when giving it the easiest job a mixer can possibly have, that of mixing mayonnaise, which has no solid ingredients at all, it mixed well enough to be sure, no worries. Shortly before the mayonnaise started oozing into the electrical components, and electrified mayonnaise might just be the most embarrassing way to die, both for the cook and for the utter misery that is the Tiffany FP807 food processor. Fail! The ultimate winner of the night, though, went to the airlines for their sneaky credit card surcharges. The worst of the worst was actually Qantas, who charge a $7.70 surcharge per passenger, regardless on whether or not you're on a cheap little cattle class flight to Fiji or a first class ticket to Europe. There were other winning losers that night too, and to find out more you can hit up the Choice website, which I think I'll be keeping a closer eye on from here on in because I'd very much like to avoid a death by electrified mayonnaise. Catch you next time.
Review.
Sally, you're a B-grade celebrity. What made you choose credit protection insurance?
I just love the fact that it only covers debt repayments and it's heaps more expensive. So you know it's got to be better, right?
And did you know that only 1% of policyholders ever make a claim?
So it's really exclusive too.
They even have a much higher rejection rate than other insurance policies. So you'd have to be pretty stupid to sign up in the first place.
Why is everything purple?
Review.